Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of our Dark Crystal Age of Resistance stream. I'm George.
And I'm Rocky.
And yeah, so we'll be talking about episode 4 of the show, which we just finished watching. And Rocky was very keen to start watching this one very early.
I got our time wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's sort of like, in my mind, it was almost sort of like you were a little kid going, can we watch it now? Can we watch it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because normally we start watching these at 6, just before the stream starts. We started at 5:30 this time.
Yeah, no, I got our times mixed up.
But I don't mind because this was a really, really cool episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. I remember you said it was a big episode, and you were definitely right. It was a big episode.
Loads more characters are introduced.
Some really cool ones as well, yeah.
Yep. We'll get into it all soon.
Yes. But yeah, so we'll get into the plot recap effectively. So Benzamori, time to enter the DC universe.
I don't know, I'm more of a Marvel person myself.
Yeah, and yeah, hi Needhog.
Hello.
But yeah, so contrary to basically they give us this little thing to kind of build up hype, because if you remember the last episode, it ended on a cliffhanger of the princess going into a chamber underneath the throne room, but we don't go to that very first thing. We instead see Hup singing a song, which I'm surprised it was him singing it when we were revealed, because it does not sound like him at all.
Well, I mean, if he's in jail, he would have been playing a little harmonica otherwise.
Yeah, that would have been really cute. It's like, but yeah, he sounds like this. It almost kind of sounds like he's trying to sing the opening to The Lion King.
Yeah, kind of.
Psycho Orange. Yes, it's time to go back into the world of Thra.
I like how you roll the R on Thra. It's fun.
Sounds like Ed.
Oh. He's not a podling, he's just from Suffolk.
Oh, God. I'm actually surprised Ed Sheeran wasn't in this show, because it does actually kind of feel like something he would have had a cameo in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he was in Game of Thrones instead.
But yeah, Hup, what's the name of this prison again? They called it in the
Rascal Hole.
That's it, the Rascal Hole. So yeah, he's in there doing the typical prisoner thing, and then this character shows this thing speaking. I don't even know how to describe the noises that they make, but
I command you, reveal yourself.
So it sort of sounds like this high-pitched squealing noise.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that thing that spits poison in Jurassic Park. What's that dinosaur's name?
Diplosaurus.
Diplosaurus, yeah.
Yeah. No, they do. It does sound like that, yeah. But yeah, so basically it flies in and effectively does like a sort of Batman sort of thing, taking out the lights and then the guards, and then opening up the cell where Hup is, and it's revealed that it's Deet.
Yep.
Which to be fair, they did establish the bioluminescence of her skin, so it makes sense why her face was glowing. But why the hell did she sound like that?
I don't know. Maybe she's very good at impressions. She's like Frank Welker.
Yeah. Needhog's just had an interesting question. Would you guys have preferred if the Skeksis kept their original languages or simply speak English?
Well, I mean, in the original movie, I don't think it would have mattered as much, but in this, they definitely need to have spoken English, because, like, the Skeksis honestly have the more kind of interesting political bits in this.
Yeah, so like in the original movie, it would have been fine if they didn't actually speak proper English, because originally they weren't intended to. So it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. But yeah, in the show, I'm glad that they speak more definite English. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Dilophosaurus, that's the thing.
Dilophosaurus. Thank you, Ben.
Yes.
But yeah, so Deep breaks Hup out of the Rascal Hole.
Well, remember that was kind of the idea that Rian accidentally gave her in the end of the last episode.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, everyone thinks I'm a monster. And she's like, oh yeah, monsters. Good idea, thank you.
like a monster. I see. That's clever, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we cut back to the princess who finds herself in this chamber, which is effectively the best way to describe it. And I said this while we were watching it, and I know I compare this to Bethesda games a lot, but I can't help it. If you've ever been in that dungeon in Skyrim where there's a riddle that shows you 5 different animals and you have to go to them in a specific order to open a door, that's basically what this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically shows her all the various symbols that represent the different Gelfling clans of Thra.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some sort of riddle that says true balance must be done. What was the riddle again?
I don't remember how the riddle exactly goes, but basically that order, in order to find the answer she seeks, order must be restored.
Yes.
And she interprets. Yep, sorry.
Yeah, so she interprets it. So she got this gem as she entered it. You can see it in her hand there. Oh, thank you, Needhog. We love you too. But yeah, she has this gem in her hand, and each of the different clan symbols have a hole on them. And so she believes that if she sticks it in the hole in specific order, then it will be revealed what she wants. Mm-hmm. So eventually it basically just leaves her doing that for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then we cut to the Skeksis. So there's a lot of Skeksis action in this particular episode. Mm. No, I have not read the comic book. Have you read the comic book, Rocky?
I think I did a really long time ago, but I don't remember most of what happened in it. I'll have to reread it sometime.
Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of Skeksis moments in this episode, which I'm all happy for because I really like the Skeksis. And it's revealed that their table manners have not improved since the event. Well, to be fair, this is a prequel, but yeah, their table manners were always horrific.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a new one.
But yeah, actually, we have a look here. Yeah, so they still eat disgustingly. But yeah, so it's revealed that there was a Skeksis that was previously not present. What's the name of this one?
The Ornamentalist.
That's right. So yeah, she was a member that was previously not in the previous episodes and has arrived, and this feast is in her honor.
Was in the movie, though.
Yes, was in the movie, but we didn't previously see her.
Yeah, or him. The gender is very vague in some.
Yeah, but
adaptations.
I'll just say they do seem very feminine.
Yeah,
and they are voiced by a woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so eventually the general and
the Chamberlain.
The Chamberlain. I was just trying to get a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. So eventually the general and the Chamberlain get into an argument because obviously the bottle of essence is still missing, stolen by Rayan, and the Chamberlain's been unsuccessful in getting it back. So they basically start fighting verbally, not physically. And eventually the Emperor steps in and says that he's had enough of the Chamberlain's bungling and gives his job of finding Rayan and restoring order effectively to the general instead. Mm-hmm. So it's a classic, political upheaval situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically. But then the Chamberlain, he's not going to take this lying down.
Absolutely not, no.
Well, he takes it lying down a little bit.
Yeah, because he gets knocked on his ass.
Yeah.
Let's just try and get that shot. I love that. It's like... So when I was a kid, I used to do a really good Chamberlain impression. Well, maybe you should try and meet Simon Pegg and see if you can beat him.
Yeah. That's how I like to think he got the job.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we meet Aughra, who's walking through Thra, trying to basically figure out what she can do to try and help out the situation. Mm-hmm. And she also comes across the face rock from the first movie. So if you remember, there was a bit in the movie where a creature walks into this kind of little growth area and then it suddenly shuts down. It's revealed it's some kind of mouth that lives in the earth. So that's basically the same thing here. Yep. So there we go.
Don't you just hate it when the bench you're sitting on comes to life?
But yeah, so effectively that's what's going on. And then she suddenly finds these arrows sent by a being that she knows called the Archer, who we will eventually find who he is.
And what he is, more importantly.
Exactly. But yeah, so the Chamberlain, or was that the Chamberlain or was that?
No, that was the scientist.
Yeah, it's the scientist. So the scientist is still working on trying to, drain essence from the Gelflings to make them immortal. But
he's fixing the essence machine because it broke after they
used it the last time. Yes, but slowly he's starting to realize that it's not the way to go. He knows that it's going to make, the crystal more corrupted, and then the darkness will come sooner. So he's slowly starting to become like the one good Skeksis, effectively, if only just because he knows the risks that are involved more than the other ones do.
Yeah, sort of.
And also it's revealed that all of the creatures in the cages he has around, he actually treats them very nicely. He sees them like pets.
Yeah.
Which is really sweet. But the Emperor comes in demanding to get more essence, being how he is. And so in order to coax the scientist more onto his side, he then starts torturing one of his pets.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, there it is. So he starts, basically, it sounds almost kind of like what Judge Doom did to that
the little shoe.
The little shoe in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
50 then. So be it.
But yeah, the scientist says that in order for them to all live forever, they need 50 Gelflings.
Every trine. So annually.
So every tribe.
Every trine. Not every tribe.
Yeah, sorry.
Trine is their word for years.
Okay, so every year they need 50 Gelflings.
Yeah.
So I just imagine that if they were to make that, a necessity, then every year they will have some kind of Gelfling orgy celebration to get the numbers back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Chamberlain's not taking his position being usurped lying down, and thus uses this horn to summon another Skeksis called the Hunter. Who
we'll meet him in a sec, but he's everybody's favorite.
I can see why, after seeing him. He is a very cool looking character.
Oh, I remember this bit.
Okay, so basically, I'll try and time it exactly how we said it. So I was watching this bit, and I said, "Oh, I like the little frog hoppy thing."
Oh no!
And yeah, it happened a bit. Pretty much, he stepped on it as soon as I stopped saying that sentence.
Yeah, it was just perfect comedic timing.
It was, yeah. But that was the Hunter, to just establish what that was. But yeah, so now Deet and Hupp are walking around, and they come across these things, which I initially said looked like giant blueberries. But then it's revealed. They're actually the Munchers from Mario World.
Yeah, a bunch of like little lamprey-looking plants.
Yeah. So they eat you up.
Yeah, anything that steps on them.
And that does become a plot point later on. But then,
horrible plot point.
Yeah, it will get to that. But then, so Aughra goes up to a tree at the top of the hill to find the Archer, who turns out.
Well, remember, it's the sanctuary tree. It's the same one that Deet was talking to.
Yes, it was. But so it turns out he's a mystic. So this is actually the first time we've seen a mystic in the TV series. So for those who don't know, who haven't seen the first movie, the mystics are effectively the opposite of the Skeksis. They're kind, benevolent, connected to the earth, very weak, very slow-moving kind of creatures. And again, if you watch the first movie, you'll know they're actually the literal other half of the Skeksis. They were originally part of the same species, but when they tampered with the Dark Crystal, they got split into two halves. And so, yeah, that is one of the mystics who's known as the Archer.
Wonder who he matches with.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was just thinking that actually.
Yeah.
Like you said, those black balls near the sinking hole seems to remind me of killer rabbit droppings. So maybe that's
Rabbit droppings that kill you, or the droppings from the killer rabbit of Kerbanog.
It could be both.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, Aughra talks to the archer because she wants to learn the Song of Thra, and the mystic refuses to teach it to her. But in a very elaborate means of telling her,
He's
says
like,
that-
I will show you where to look for it.
yes, and so he then just get to the point where it happens.
Mm.
So yeah, he fires off an arrow,
He's like,
Which
where it
then-
lands, we'll show you.
and it lands right in front of Aughra. Hang on. So yeah, he fires it up, and it lands right there.
Mhm.
And
Right
so
there at the ground.
Yeah, and so Aughra also during the time in which he does this, he manages to run away.
And I want to know what it looks like when those things book it like that.
Yeah, they've got like
Yeah.
they've got like 4 legs and 4 arms.
Well, no, they have 2 legs, 4 arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's just it would have looked hilarious. But yeah, so the arrow lands on the ground, and then so Aughra realizes that means Thra can teach her the Song of Thra,
Mhm.
which is a nice little sort of visual metaphor, but it's what Aughra says about it that I found hilarious.
Mhm.
Could have just said this clearly, succinctly, without all the walking.
Me when I
love
have to
that.
walk through government offices.
I just love that. It's sort of like, you could have just told me this. Why do you
Yeah.
have to be so theatrical about it?
This meeting could have been an email.
Exactly. But it is, I do like that. It sort of shows Olga's got a bit of attitude to her, which I like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so eventually we meet the hunter, who looks amazing, by the way.
Mm.
So he's a lot more upright than the other Skeksis, and he's a lot more human-like in the way he moves around. So he's a lot more sort of active, basically, which makes sense. He goes around hunting things. And I'm presuming, I'm not quite sure what that's the skull of. It could be another Skeksis, but who knows?
Nah, it's not another Skeksis, because remember when they die, they crumble into dust.
Yeah, that's true. So it's not one. It's not. But it's the skull of something.
There's like some supplemental books like about the world of Thra,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a creature in there called a Rakita that kind of looks like a reptilian wolf. And
I see.
a lot of people who've seen that book assume that's what the skull belonged to.
Yes, Ben, it is a wicked design,
Yeah, Dazong.
but it is a really cool design. Yes,
It is. He
And-
kind of looks like a more like organic General Grievous.
which we'll get to more about the General Grievous thing in a bit. I was thinking initially he kind of looked like a Wendigo,
Yeah, yeah.
as in the traditional Wendigo, not the big white thing from Marvel Comics.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to remember the guy who. Oh, so it's a weird thing. So see if I can get a bit where he speaks.
You scrap of Rian's clothing. Good.
I will take his lying tongue.
So just to give context, basically the Chamberlain brings him in to try and find Rian, and that was a bit of his clothing he smelled to try and find him.
I mean, he is the hunter after all.
Yeah, but so I tried to look up who voices him because I thought he sounded familiar. So he's been in a lot of things. He voiced Amicus Caro played Amicus Caro rather in the Harry Potter movies. But I was looking over his filmography, and it also turns out he played the massage and the masseuse in the IT Crowd, the one who kisses Roy on his ass.
Ralph Ineson is his name. He was
Yeah,
also horror fans might know him from The Witch, which also had Anya Taylor-Joy, who is in this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mini reunion of that too.
So Needhog says Skek Mal, the hunter, is the closest to what we have to the Skeksis originally looked like. Previously, they could use all 4 arms, which, yes, that was initially the idea was basically the Skeksis were going to have 2 different puppeteers inside them, puppeteering them simultaneously.
Mhm. Well, remember in the original movie when when the Chamberlain gets stripped of his possession and his robes.
Yeah.
You can see that there's two little kind of like shriveled, atrophied looking arms on his back.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the hunter's going off to find Rian and bring him back so that the Chamberlain can get his job back. So if there's anything the Chamberlain is good at, it's manipulating people and being a backstabbing bastard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Gelftanimo Bay.
Yeah. But, what's this Gelfling's name again? I can never remember.
Gurjin.
Gurjin, thank you.
Yeah.
They're hard names to remember, all right?
All right.
So basically, they're trying to interrogate him and find out where Rian is going, and naturally, he's not giving them much. So they're threatening him that if he doesn't tell them, they'll drain all of his essence out.
Mm-hmm.
And they start doing so, and as like it was in the previous time, when they do it, his face is absolutely horrifying to look at.
Yeah.
So I try and get a good shot. Bit difficult to find.
Yeah. Oh, you liked that bit.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get one where it's like, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this horrifying face of just the anguish of what he's going through.
It's like the ending of The Ring when it shows what the guy's face looks like. Yeah.
And also, it's like, so he's still not giving them anything. And then there's a bit where the Emperor comes in. And what the scientists say. I need to skip ahead a bit because it'd be a bit too long.
Yeah.
I told the general not to do it.
He started it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a child pinning the blame on his little brother.
Yeah.
I told him not to do that. Hello, Midnight Sparkle.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, I just love the way he says that. It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
I told him not to do it.
It's a good Mark Hamill moment.
It is, yeah. But yeah, he's not giving them anything, and then it cuts back to the princess, who initially she keeps trying to put the stone in the order in which the clans are represented, so from lowest to highest or highest to lowest.
So she's like always trying to do like her clan first, because I mean they're the one with the royal family, so
Yes.
you'd assume so.
Yeah, and she just can't figure it out until she realizes, but hang on, it's about balance. So it's about being equal. But so effectively, she just decides to give up and go. But in the process, she puts the stone right in the center of all of the other symbols. And in that process, she inadvertently figures out the answer.
And activates the coolest puppet in this entire series.
Yeah, so I can't show you the whole thing where it activates, but I'll show you a little bit. So basically, all the stones form together. And they form themselves into this
Lore.
guy. Lore.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean to frighten you.
So it's a giant, basically a giant rock golem. And to be fair, when he initially gets formed together, he is CGI, but when he's formed, he is a puppet.
Yeah, and it was the basically he's puppeteered in the same manner as the Argos aliens, if anyone remembers those ads. Basically, a bunch of people in green screen suits.
So just for those who didn't quite catch it, the Argos aliens.
Argos, yes.
Yeah, not Argos.
Argos, whatever. I'm American.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, you're half Irish, so and you grew up in England, so
whatever. But yeah, so it's basically about like a whole team of people in CGI morph suits are controlling this guy, and he looks amazing.
he does. He looks really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes up to the princess, and so he can't actually talk, but one of the coolest elements, and it's one of those things that it just shows off how creative some of the team is. Reminds me a lot of that moment in the second episode where the scientist shows that it has a lock that's made out of a snake.
Mhm.
So even
A
though
lock snake, if you will.
yes, so even though it can't talk, whoever created it I wouldn't say pre-programmed, but pre-built it with these rings on its arm that are effectively like vinyl records, and its other arm has a stylus on it, so he can do this.
Be not afraid. This creature is lore.
So he literally speaks by running his stylus hand on his other arm to play pre-recorded messages.
Whoever built him. Yeah.
Which is a really cool little idea. And it's convenient that all the things he has to say just happen to line up with what she wants.
Well, that was kind of the point. It was hidden in a way that only the person who would have those questions would find him.
Yes, how a music box works, exactly.
Yep.
But it reminds me, if anything, what it reminds me of is Bumblebee from the first Transformers movie, who can only speak through the radio stations because his voice box was broken. So it's very similar to that. But yeah, so Lore is helping out the princess, essentially.
Oh, you know what this also reminds me of?
Go on.
The like recordings from Portal 2.
Yes.
That the previous director left.
Cave Johnson, yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Although this guy isn't going to go on rants about blowing up your house with melons.
No.
Lemons, sorry.
Lemons, yeah.
I'm the guy who's going to build the lemon that's going to burn your house down. And that was J.K. Simmons voicing that guy.
Love his.
But yeah, so Lore's basically helping out the princess, but then we cut to this podling bar, I guess, where in the process the podlings basically go all Ewok again.
Yeah. Rian goes there to chill.
We'll get to these two in a minute. So they're very much like the Ewoks at the end of Return of the Jedi, where they start going all party style.
Yeah. Well, podlings like to party.
They do indeed. But yeah, so Rian goes there to chill, and he ends up running into... Let's just skim ahead to... Hang on. It's the podling's face that's going to pull up the internet level.
Jesus, that's creepy.
Oh.
Oh!
It's like he just got punched in the face by an invisible man.
But yeah, he gives Rian a unicorn frappuccino.
Yeah. But so he comes across these guys. I didn't catch... Did they say their names?
Yes. So the girl one is Naya. She's Gurjin's sister, actually. And then the boy one.
The guy here.
Yeah, his name's Kylan. And then of course,
who is Kylan actually? It's like, what sort of relation does he have, or is he just someone who follows her around?
So a lot of stuff about those two are so there were actually some companion novels that were based on an early script for the show.
I see.
And those two were actually the main characters in it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, they kind of had like a sort of a reverse Jen and Kira kind of thing going on.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, he's basically like Naya's friend, traveling companion kind of guy.
I see.
Oh yeah, like Locke says.
Yeah, so Kaylin and Naya are the main POV characters in the GM Lee novels.
Yeah, J.M. Lee is the guy who wrote the novels. And it's very sad because they actually had a third friend in the novels who was not made a puppet in this.
Oh, that's a shame.
And I really liked him, but yeah.
But yeah, so they meet up with Rian, and so
Rian,
sorry, and the the other princess, so her older sister.
The middle sister, Tavra.
Yeah, the middle sister. So not the one we just saw talking to Law, a different one.
Yeah.
So she meets up with them, and so obviously they all think Rayanne is, guilty because the Skeksis have all been saying he's the one who killed off his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to prove to them that he's in fact being framed. So they end up all having a 4-way dream fast.
Yeah. Well, Naya basically wants to get Gurjin back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she knows he's being held hostage. Oh yeah, Amory's the guy who isn't in the show.
But yeah, so he ends up showing them the truth, and just at this moment, who should wander in but... Hang on. Let's try and get a shot. Yeah, who should wander in but his dad.
Mm-hmm. Who joined in the dream fast.
He had a side on to the dream fast without them knowing, basically. And so he then sees everything too and now believes his son.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, you really like this moment where they hug each other.
Yeah.
So
it's just so cute how Rian kind of snuggles in.
The way he goes sort of like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
But yeah, so his dad's on his side now, and so they're now venturing off to try and, basically prove that he's innocent and take down the Skeksis effectively.
Yep, so Rian and his dad are going to go off to see the All-Madra.
Mm-hmm.
And, get her on their side. And the other three, Naya, Kylan, and Tavra, are going to go to the castle to rescue Gurjin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the process, they leave this, was it dream sigil, they call it?
Yeah, dream etching.
A dream etching, that's it, yes. They leave that on the table from when they were dream fasting.
Mm-hmm. And Tavra says, "Oh, this is the same symbol my sister showed me."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so on their way, they come across, just try and get the right shot, the hunter.
Yep.
And it's actually, the way he hunts them down is very much like something out of Predator, to be honest.
Yeah, he is like the Predator a lot.
Especially with the way his mask looks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chase takes them right past them.
Yeah, the Deet and Hupp are nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So try and get to the part where he shows off his weapon. Oh yeah, so basically Rayanne and his dad have a discussion, and eventually they come up with a plan to try and trick him, and his dad goes, "I'll see you soon," which is something you never want to say in a situation like this.
Mm-mm.
It's the equivalent to saying, "I'll be right back" in a slasher movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the hunter corners Rayanne in front of the pit of the Munchers.
Gobbles.
The Gobbles.
Like I said, all the horrifying things in this have very cute names.
I know, it's very strange, but really cute at the same time. Yeah, there he is, right in front of the Gobbles. And so he reveals...
I've come for my
so it's a bit further on than this, actually.
Yeah, it's right after the dad catches up with him. Yep. About here.
Oh, we went past it.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Not quite like old times. Oh, very well, Father.
Yeah, very General Grievous there.
Yeah.
So, like they said, Skeksis do have 4 arms, and this guy's not afraid to use all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm wondering what a Skeksis would sound like if voiced by Carl Weathers.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so Rayanne and his dad basically get into a fight with the hunter, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And they know it's basically going to be futile, so his dad willingly let's get to the point. Yeah, so basically his dad
pushes
he pushes him right into the piranha plant in a
marking Marking the second time that Mark Strong has gotten himself killed saving Taron Egerton's dumbass on the forest floor.
Yeah. Also, Nidhogg, I would imagine if Keith David voices Skeksis. That would be awesome.
It would.
I mean, to be fair, Keith David's voice is a bit too like deep and authoritarian to sound like a Skeksis.
I could see him doing a mystic more.
He could probably do a mystic very well, but yes, like I couldn't see Keith David doing a gravelly, weaselly kind of voice. It's not the kind of voice that suits his style well. Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Gelfling.
If there was an Arnold Schwarzenegger Gelfling, none of this would have happened.
Will you dream fast with me?
Jesus. I love this.
That's the thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger, is that you have to sound like you're belching every other syllable.
Mm-hmm. But have you ever heard him talk in real life?
I am Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Have you heard him talk in real life? He has like a very normal sounding voice.
But when you're doing an impression, you over-exaggerate.
Oh, yeah. Like when he acts and stuff, he puts on his, like...
I mean, yeah, like in real life, he does have like if you watch some of his speeches when he was governor of California, he does have a very normal sounding voice. But in his older movies, he was just sort of like,
I am Conan the Destroyer.
You will see your enemies driven before you.
Exactly, yeah.
Hear the lamentations of their women.
Can I have a wheel now?
Okay, we're laughing over one of the most horrifying death scenes in a children's show I've ever seen.
We're getting off topic here. So basically, it's the typical father sacrifice. He says to his son, "Be brave," and it's a good death scene, but unfortunately, it turns out to be a bit futile because, as it turns out, the hunter didn't die after all, and he also kidnaps Ryan at the same time.
Yep. So, oh my god.
Are you just seeing people making Arnold Schwarzenegger jokes in the chat?
Yep.
Put the crystal down now.
That's basically what the Chamberlain says in the original movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
How did he survive that? Well, to be honest, we don't know. I mean, we can see that it took off most of his clothes and his mask, so maybe they got to that first, and then he maybe managed to wait.
He still has his mask on.
Oh, does he? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, his mask was partially damaged by Ordon when he jumped in.
Okay, I thought it was completely gone when he jumped out. I must have not been able to see it.
No.
But yeah, basically he does a Boba Fett, except this time it takes him only a few minutes instead of several years.
Mm-hmm. Or it seemed to be pretty fast in the, if you ever watched the Boba Fett Disney Plus series.
Well, and that wasn't, to be fair, I haven't watched that series yet. I mean to, but I haven't seen it. But wasn't it meant to be like a while after he fell in, after he managed to get out?
Yeah, but the time frame seemed to be like hours or days, not years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that the whole series itself takes over the course of a long time if Bib Fortuna is able to look the way he does by the end of the series.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a couple of years.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not talking about Star Wars here.
No.
But yeah, so basically the hunter kidnaps Rayan, and that's how the episode ends.
And I assume that Ordon is just getting slowly chewed to death down there.
Yeah, so he literally died for nothing, the poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this look that Deaton Hub makes, like, what the hell did we just look at?
Yeah. Hub's like, well, that's the most fucked up thing I've seen all week.
Exactly, yeah.
And I've been in prison.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
The Finstig bumped me this morning, and this is still the thing I'm going to repress most of the day.
Oh, Jesus.
He will be slowly digested over 1,000 years.
Oh, no.
But
oh, yeah, when we see the Gobble Pit in the movie, he's still down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this was a really good episode. There were a lot of plot points and new characters introduced. There was some really good bits of action and drama and intrigue. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff involving the Skeksis in this episode. And God damn it. Sorry, Nita. I'm Rian, and this is Hup. He was a prison bitch.
What's that a reference to?
Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Oh.
There's a bit in the first series where Nappa and Vegeta go to a planet and they get put in prison. And every time now he reintroduces Vegeta, Nappa goes, "This is Vegeta. He was a prison bitch."
Oh, oh dear.
But no, it was a very good episode, and I really like I said, Lore is a really cool, not just a cool concept, but also just the way he's animated in terms of his puppetry is really cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we end up watching the making of series, they've got some really cool footage of Hup. Not Hup, Lore.
I was going to say Lore, yeah, you mean Lore.
Lore, yes.
Which is also the name of evil Data in Star Trek: The New Generation.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is a good lore.
Yeah.
Except when he does that.
That's close enough.
when I saw that, my initial response was, so is it that mean he's going to attack her, or does that mean he's aroused?
Oh, no.
You said Huck, lol.
Oh, man.
But no, this was a very fun episode. It's like, Rocky, you got anything to say before we move on to the riffs?
Well, this is one of my favorite episodes of the series, so I'm glad you really enjoyed it. I was very excited to get to this one.
Yeah, I can see why you would. It is a very good one.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do some riffing then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. I've written down the jokes this time, but I still don't remember them completely.
This was me last Christmas when my sister told me that's enough karaoke. I just sang louder.
Which I just imagine, because I know when you and your sister go doing Christmas karaoke, you always sing Fairy Tale of New York. So I'm just imagining up singing that song.
Yeah. In Podling, I wonder what the band line sounds like in Podling.
That word sounds like, yes.
Yeah. Too much eggnog singing. It was port, actually.
Yeah. Oh, you were drinking port that night, were you?
Yep.
Nice.
Mm.
Ra's true balance will be.
So as you said, so there's puzzles in this dungeon.
Yep.
And you were right, there was.
Mm-hmm. It's very Legend of Zelda moment.
Very much. Well, like I said, it reminded me more of Skyrim, but it is very Legend of Zelda as well.
Yeah.
But what I like is that when she gets it wrong, like this, and it doesn't work, if that was Skyrim, she'd be riddled with poison arrows about now.
Yeah. I'm glad that's why I got the thief trait to not have traps hurt you as early as I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, the poison arrows don't do that much damage once you've gotten to a decent level.
I was mostly just annoyed by the spike traps, like the pressure plates.
Those are annoying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this line. So I think it's a bit further back.
Useless scientist machine has broken. Calamity!
Emperor has wisely locked the scientist away in the lab until the repairs are done. Once the machine...
Or maybe it was a bit further ahead.
Yeah, I think so.
Cull entire herd.
Oh yeah, that's the part.
A wise shepherd does not cull entire herd.
How do you know what a sheep is?
Exactly. What exactly do you shepherd in this world?
Yeah. Maybe there's some other animal they heard that just sounds like a sheep.
Incompetent and Smith.
Oh, how exciting!
You only dare flap your beak because you sit at the Emperor's side.
Just get a room already, you two.
Yeah, just kiss.
Or to be fair, with those beaks, it would be a bit difficult.
Yeah. Or you've
all
seen
right.
their CGI tongues. They just go like this, and their CGI tongues just.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what the general does to him to get to that.
Mm.
Bitch slap. I just like,
Yeah.
get out of my face.
Be gone, thought.
Mama says, "Spock you out."
Ben's newest.
So, kiss him, have some skexy time.
That's what they need.
Some skexy time.
Mm. I'm bringing Skeksis back. That's the name of the server I'm on, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a dirty joke, but I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes not silent enough.
I never imagined seeing Augur sit on someone's face.
Yikes.
That's just my mind
Rock.
works like that.
Yeah. The Rock didn't seem to mind at first.
No. Although, isn't there that scene in the Alice in Wonderland porn parody that's a musical where she sits on a rock and the rock talks to her?
We haven't seen the same movies.
No, this was when I watched the Cinema Snobs review of it.
Oh, okay.
There's a bit, because I think like it's the second encounter she has in the movie where she comes across a rock, and this is after she met a bunch of singing and speaking plants, and all of a sudden she's like, rocks can't talk. And it's like, that's where you draw the line.
Didn't we make that exact joke in a riff here a few weeks ago?
I think we did, actually, yeah.
Trees can't talk. Oh, that's where you draw the line? Yeah.
Oh, so if season 2 had happened, I really would have wanted to see where a relationship between Skek-Ung and the scientist would have been.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, so...
The essence we consume, the weaker the crystal grows, the greater the imbalance, the faster the darkening spreads.
There is no darkening.
There is no COVID. This show was truly ahead of its time because this was just like about half a year before COVID.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Mm.
So hot. Too much. All this walking. No.
So I think it's a little further on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will go no further.
So if this guy's aiming for Augur, he's a really shitty shot.
Yeah. The series would end very abruptly if he was aiming for Augur, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's implied she's immortal anyway.
I don't know. Immortal doesn't necessarily mean like indestructible.
Oh, you had a good line for this bit.
Spreads deceitful slander. He is threat to all Skeksis. Such prey would make quite the trophy.
Well, I wasn't going to take the job at first, but if he's talking shit about my friends.
It's been Stormtrooper aim. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Mm.
Oh, the next one. Oh, I love this one.
Playing or
Got a bit too far. Hang on.
Yeah.
doing that?
The time has come to find out if you are a good Gelfling or a bad Gelfling.
Well, I'm Gelfling Santa Claus.
Making a list, checking it twice, gotta find out who's naughty or nice. Gelfling Claus is coming to town.
He'll drain away your essence.
Oh no, that's Skeksis Claus.
We already did. I told him not to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's not even a riff they do. They just...
No, I know. That's just a really funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the jokes left are about the Dreamfast scene.
Mm. Oh yeah, he gets a drink bought for him by a very
By
flirty
Gelfling,
podling lady.
Yeah. By a podling, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Being chatted up by a Gelfling in a bar. A podling, rather.
Yeah, a podling gilf.
I mean, it's like, I just like, imagine if Rayanne was on the run for a lot longer and he'd gotten really desperate. It's like, why not?
I don't know, he's carrying the remains of his girlfriend on him. That'd be a little awkward.
That'd be weird, though, if the podling was into that. It's like, yeah, let's just make it kinky.
Yeah, sure, just put it in the cuck chair.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. That wasn't a script. That wasn't a scripted joke.
No, you literally came up with that right now. It's been so long since I've heard that term, cuck chair.
Yeah.
That's apparently what they call, some people call that extra chair that's in hotel rooms that's there for no reason.
It's supposed to go by the desk.
I'll take it from here.
So where was it that
Just a teensy bit ahead.
the birds outside your window are very lively today, I must say.
Oh yeah, no, all the wildlife around here has been just going nuts.
No. The Skeksis may
Oh, just before that. Yeah, it starts just a second before that. Yeah.
Everyone knows your mind is infected. We dream fast with taking your sickness.
The Skeksis spread.
So apparently he's got the Dreamfast equivalent of chlamydia.
Yeah. Well, that's what the Skeksis say, so that nobody will be able to actually find out the truth from him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The lie that I am sick to ensure the truth dies with me. The truth about your brother. And what happened to Mira.
So what? The joke I had was about they don't control my heart. Was there another one that was in this moment?
It was just a teeny bit after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so.
And what happened to Mira? I'll dream fast with you.
Kylan, no.
The Skeksis may rule the land, but they do not rule my heart.
Basically, he's saying, "Oh, I will."
Yeah. Rand's
I'll do
cute.
Rand's cute.
That fanfic exists.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But since there's four of them, I love it because this. So there's four of them. So there's basically a four-way going on in the middle of the bar.
And all the podlings are like,
Yeah, exactly. There, it's like, they're well, not having sex. They're dream fasting right in the middle of our bar. What do we do? Just let them get on with it. You don't want to be in the middle of that when it goes off.
Yeah. Fizzking's into it. He's wagging his tail.
But it's also just funny how his dad joins in.
Hopefully he's touching the other guy's hand.
Yeah, hopefully he's touching the other guys, exactly.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you can have a multi-sex session with a relative so long as you don't look them in the eye.
He said it, not me.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm from a seaside town in England. It's what we do. I think that's all the jokes we got. I don't think we can top that one anyway.
I think, we took the final action scene a little more with a little more dignity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we already did some jokes about that anyway.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, no, this was a really, really good episode. So, anything you want to say, Rocky, before we wrap it up?
Well, like I said, this.
Bet that's not his hand.
Ew! Jesus Christ!
That's not my leg in there.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed my favorite episode.
It did. It was a really good episode.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Next episode has probably one of the best action sequences of the show in it. So,
Okay, I look forward to that then.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, so before we wrap up, so
Oh,
we
yeah,
are
your
gonna-
announcement.
Yeah, so we're interviewing Becky Henderson next Saturday. It's not going to be live. It's pre-recorded so we can edit it and show it to her before we put it up. But we are doing it next Saturday. So I'm going to be sending the questions over to her in advance tomorrow. So if there are any more questions you want to add to the list, get them to me or Rocky before tomorrow morning, and we'll add them to the list and send them off to her.
Mm-hmm. DM me on Discord if you have me. That's the only social media I'm really active on.
Yes.
But otherwise, George is on like everything. So
Exactly, yes.
yeah, check his channel links.
And also, I just want to say, in relation to yesterday's video, yes, I know I got it wrong. Russell T. Davis did not write Scream of the Schalke.
Mm-hmm.
So I like how you're shaking your head. You don't even know what any of those things are.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, shame on George, shame. You
no,
could have told me Russell Crowe wrote it, and I believe you.
No, I got it mixed up. I thought it was Russell T. Davis, and it feels a lot like his writing, but no, it was a different guy. But yeah, so sorry I got that mixed up.
Mm.
But yeah, so anyway, we'll see you guys next week for the next stream. Bye.
Bye.